Yeah, our Lord. And we're off. Yes. Merry Saturday evening to everybody. Hold on there. Go ahead, Stu. Take over.
All right. Today we're doing an impromptu, and although this is a serious topic, and I might appear frivolous at times with my argument, but it's a serious topic that we need to take into consideration. And although the show might be titled one thing, my thing is that when is a victim not a victim? And why should we be calling everybody a victim when they choose to put themselves into a situation that may have or has have caused them bodily harm? So today we're going to talk about the Cassie video that was recently released. The one showing Puff Daddy being a monster. And the argument is, did Cassie deserve this kind of treatment? And should the blame only be placed on P. Diddy? And when somebody has agency or when they don't have agency. And that we'll be doing today. My arguments, if you know stupid, you can't just swallow it, sir. You'll have to get some sugar because this is like medicine. And this is not like 20th century medicine. This is old curmudgeon medicine. This is the bitter medicine. But it's the truth. My co-host, Peter Juice, may see it differently than I do. And that's why we get along. We don't take it personally. But we understand that everybody has different opinions. When it comes to Puff Daddy and Cassie, Puff Daddy and his first wife, Puff Daddy and the men who line bed with him, taking all those pictures. And today we're going to have a very lively discussion. It won't be long, but it will be sweet. Alongside, before we get into it, there's a video from Twins of Twins. It's called Bounty Killer and the Hammer. It has a heavy Jamaican accent to it, but if you listen carefully, you'll enjoy it. We're going to play the first 5 minutes of that video, and then we'll get into the meat of the matter.
Yeah, people, we back with the shenanigans, the tomfoolery, and the malarkey, man. All of the foolishness. Like Stu said, very, very somber topic. But at the same time, you know, you have to take serious things, make jokes sometime, you know. And this was an incident that happened years ago. Of course, I don't want any of the women out there listening or children or any of my family members getting the impression that I take this thing lightly. But we are doing a show here. There is something to be said for entertainment value, right, guys? But hopefully we can learn something tonight, because I think we have a unique perspective on this incident. Obviously, everybody's talking about this right now, right? So let's give me a second here. We're going to be playing a video like Stu P's mentioned in a second. I'm just navigating to a friend's home, and once I get here, I'm going to turn off this GPS. So I apologize, you know, for the struggle production once again. But as always, man, how everybody feeling out there, man? Stu P's, how was your day, brother?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad day. It was a good day. You know, I already had a partial discussion about this topic on our channel, Psycho, I can't pronounce it.
Psychopatheist.
Psychopatheist channel. Good channel, good dude.
Yeah, shout out to him.
He allows me to rant, although he doesn't agree with me most of the time. He allows me to express my opinion, because my opinion is not oftentimes the nicest. Everybody know where I stand on the N-word. I don't like it. I don't like the use it. I don't even like hearing it said. Right? You know where I stand on vaccine. You know where I stand on, right? We might agree to disagree. But on this topic, on the topic of DV, and we're not going to use the old word because we don't want YouTube to flag the channel. We're going to say, on the topic of DV, I do not believe that a man has any right to commit DV on any woman, regardless of what it may be. It might be he might want to say dishonesty, infidelity. He has no right. He has no right. If he's protecting himself from adverse violence, then I cannot blame a man for protecting himself. I cannot blame a man for protecting himself. But if it has nothing to do with protection of oneself from bodily harm, no, you don't have no right. No right at all. Irrespective of what she does with her own agency, as long as it does not involve committing bodily harm on you, you have no right or any deed. So no matter what she does, you don't have any right. And that's my argument to it. But when we look at it from the other aspect, many persons will say that some women don't have agency when it comes to dating. And I'll agree with it. Many women are in situations where they cannot leave, where they are forced into a situation. And we're going to discuss that in detail. So I don't want to give too much talk on that. And many women will tell you other things. Many people will tell you other things. I understand that the pain of dealing with DP is deep-rooted, especially in the case where men are very violent. It not only affects the men, but it affects many children. Even when the children are not the direct recipient, does not directly receive the violence, the observation of DV can alter the thinking. Right? Well, all agree with that. But today, we're going to look at this whole matter. And my stance will be similar to the stance I took in the polite situation. I call the child a victim. I did not call the mother a victim. I call the mother a facilitator. Right? I call the mother a facilitator. The child was a victim. A victim is something that we show sympathy to. A victim, and I cannot sympathize with facilitators. And that's the argument. Was Cassie a facilitator to her own peril? And that's the argument. Big up, Peter, you back?
Yeah. I'm in the building. No, you can't hear me?
Yeah. Run the video. Yeah, run the video, Peter. Run the video. Run the video. 5 minutes of the video. Just the first 5 minutes, and you can stop. This is
cool. Let me check the chat real quick. Let me see if who we got in the building. Hold on, I'm not on the right thing. All right. So far we only got Lovejoy. What's up, Lovejoy? How you feeling?
Lovejoy, jump on Lovejoy. Drop the link for Lovejoy. Drop the link for Lovejoy.
Yeah, Lovejoy, don't be scary.
Don't be scary. Jump up. Pull up. Pull up. We have nothing but love for you. I'm gonna embrace you because you're assisting.
Hey, how you doing? Huh? No, I dropped off at 6961. I left it at the door. It's not 6961? Oh, okay. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah. So yeah. LJ, pull up, man. Don't be scary. I got nothing but love for you, honey. You know that. All right, let's get into Twins of Twins. Did I copy this thing? I might have to copy it again.
Let's hope the sound come on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not making any excuse. The accent is heavy, but if you listen carefully, you'll get the gist of it. It's almost like a pantomime, a play to an incident which happened in Jamaica between one of our famous dancehall artists, Bounty Killer, and a young lady. All
right, let's get into it, man. And you know what? I want to say something too. Quick disclaimer. I'm 42. Stu Pease is 52. And I grew up in Jamaica till I was 14. I think Stu been here like 10 years. So try to have some grace, guys. In a lot of
No,
ways, we are. Hmm?
yeah, you don't have to
Go
have
ahead.
any grace
You wanted to
because
say something?
yeah, they don't have to have any grace for me because if you're willing to
Well,
accept this, accept. Yeah,
have
but
some grace. Have
try to
some
have some
grace for me
grace
then.
for Peter Bag Juice.
Yeah, have some grace for
Yeah.
Peter. For even though I'm on the right side this time, I'm gonna come out looking peachy in this one, which is why I was eager to have the discussion. I'm gonna come out looking like the quintessential good guy, the Carlton from Fresh Prince, you know what I'm saying? Normally I'm on the misogynistic end. You feel me? So, what I was gonna say is, the era we grew up in and the place we grew up in, you know, boy, there's no delicate way to put this. Domestic violence is not as shocking a thing to me, as it is to probably your typical American in these days and times. And I'll just leave it right there. Um, at that time in Jamaica growing up, for a woman to kind of act, you know what, I should have just clicked this link directly. That's what I'm going to do. For a woman to act kind of out of pocket and to get physically disciplined, it wasn't a shocking thing. Uh,
Yeah, drop the link in the chat for Lovejoy because we always love to have her on, and especially in the topic.
oh, you know what? I'm on the wrong account. You
Mm.
see? Can you see the chat, Stupid?
Yeah, no, I can't see the chat, but I can see your thing, Waterford General. Mm.
Um, See if you could go in the chat and see if, because I believe I already dropped the link for Lovejoy. I just want you to confirm that for me if I did. All right, let's go here. Yeah, you looking in the chat now, Stu?
Mm. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. In the live, it's spinning, spinning. I'm not see top message. Let's see, all message. It's not in the chat as yet. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, give me a
Mm,
second.
mm.
Yeah, to finish up what I was saying, to see women get beat around that time in that environment, it wasn't an unusual thing. So I know for some people who will listen to this, hearing how we speak about it and what some may interpret as
Priceless.
a kind of flippant, but let's try to understand, you know. Um, where did I put this damn link? Got so much going on, man. You know what? I need to stop. Yeah, so Stu, go into a little bit about, what colors your viewpoint on this, your cultural container that you grew up in that kind of informs how you look at this thing. You there, Stu? Yeah, I think Stu might have fell off. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah, brother. Sorry about that. Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, my view on this is that I grew up with DV and I saw it and I recognize the impact that it has on children and on people. I'm not denying DV, but I am saying that when a woman put herself in a position where she accepted DV, and DV was a regular course of the interaction, when she did not need to accept it, she's actually minimizing the treatment that a woman should be getting. Because Puff Daddy, when encountered women in his life, it is alleged that he is a habitual devier, that he does it to quite a few women who were in his life. So what is happening? He's seen it as a norm. He's seen it as generally acceptable. Because although these women may have called the police, they didn't, what the word I said? They didn't press charges. Kevin Samuels used to say it on his program when women come on and say they had to leave because the last man there was did domestic violence to him. He always asks, did you press charges? And most of these women will say, no, I did not press charges. So we want the label of saying that we have been victims, but you're not pressing charges. And then there's a million excuses as to why they didn't press charges. And most of these excuses aren't oftentimes valid. I understand, and I would empathize with women or in situation with children or in situation where they cannot leave, especially those, not talking single people without any children, women with children who cannot leave because leaving might cause hardship onto their children. No, I will sympathize with those women. But a single 19-year-old who allows herself to be beaten and still stick around, and to be beaten again and still stick around, and to be beaten continuously and regularly, and asked to do all kinds of things, has no excuse. And I dare somebody to justify why she couldn't leave. Why she could not leave. Why she could not step out of that relationship. Was she staying for the sake of her children? Why was she with a gentleman who didn't think about pulling her on the ground and kicking her twice?
Yeah, dragged her around.
And dragged her around.
Like a Cro-Magnon.
Like a ragdoll.
To borrow a phrase from my brother Seti, he was dragging around like a Cro-Magnon Neanderthal, man.
Yeah, but my thing is
hey, hold on,
Let's
get into the video. I got everything ready now. So
all right,
let's get into twins.
Run the twins up.
At this time, I'm going to ask the prosecution to call their first witness. Okay, Your Honor. Without further ado, I mean, at this time, I'm compelled to call to the stand someone who is in the midst of all this, someone who is always there, observing all the happenings, and he cannot say his lie. It is none other than Big Wayne.
Me?
Yes, Big Wayne.
Yeah.
State your name for the record.
My name Big Wayne, you know, just call me name.
Okay. State your real name for the record, please.
No Big Wayne. Oh, my favorite I use if it no real. What did I idiot, ya man?
Okay. Big Wayne. On the night of September 18th, where were you?
Oh, you mean when me did that?
Me did that roll with the general.
Whatever.
So, tell me. Did you at any time?
Excuse me?
Hold on, darling, hold on. Let me handle this. Hold on. I know.
Oh no, girl. The whole of now wicked. I saw no go on when you can't use people. You no can't take daddy for idiot.
Did you know, Mr. Big Wayne, that as you speak, you can be cited for misogyny?
I wouldn't name Mr. Johnny. Me not know him.
So far, you've proven to me that my stress rate is in perfect working condition as I am picking up stress of epidemic proportions right now. And it is very obvious that your cognitive neurological brain function
How me get back to the intersection? First left, then right, then what? I saw no love come a chat with a whole heap of big word. I somehow no me want catching at the garrison.
Big Wayne. What is your opinion of Raquel? You've seen her? Hold on.
Nonsense.
Just a second. You've seen her on numerous occasions visiting with Rodney. What has led you to such a conclusion?
Liar boy. Stop going like ya idiot no man. Them girl ya. All if you have no eye, no foot, no ears, no cocky. For me have your money, everything alright. Them no business if you can't fuck again. Them and go on no say you can't broke again. I it make you see the whole of them a double click one killer. I dream of him money. So when you see him go left click and delete them, you can't wrong him.
You mean right click?
Some clicking go on. Hold on, no man. All if I did all suffer a dog like me can't see them the pussy there. Me can't go see them pussy there pan Blue movie. Them nah fuck no poor man.
Leave me the fuck alone.
That kill you. Go suck your mother girl.
Hold on a second. So you condoning? You condoning the physical abuse of women?
Me nah condone it, but I don't know him a beat her. A regular she run a walk and a play 100 grand a thump. A true that the same nah give her no more money. I make you see it reach ya so.
So you do admit to this court right now, Mr. Big Wayne, that Rodney has physically abused this woman?
Then not she want beat now. She come in like what she name that? Tyson girl. What she name again?
You mean Robin Givens?
Yeah, Robin Griffin. The wicked girl. Go see the man and knock out people in the first 3 seconds of the first round. And go love him off. Then when she get beaten now, she want the world for sorry for her. If we not go prison that you not for prison that girl you too.
Prison my client?
Yeah.
On what grounds?
How we are say grounds, pussy, how we are ramp.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Hey girl, no give me no chat, go chuck to your mama.
Fuck off.
A bad drive, no one bad drive, daddy. I show the man not pull over.
So again, the question must be raised. That, are you condoning the physical abuse of...
Yeah, did he say the part about where if you hear the noise in the room and you go investigate? I don't think he got to that part.
Yeah, you can't cut it. Yeah, you don't got to that part. Yeah.
I think it's coming up.
My client or any other woman that was unfortunate enough to meet the acquaintance of Rodney?
Never done talk.
Hold on.
A them want beaten.
Hold on.
A them want beaten.
He had a right to beat her with a hammer then? Is that what you're saying?
Let me tell you this. Them girl are not talk the truth. A him start got church with the mother. That's why him start use the hammer. A regular him used to throw a 3 bag of cement pan them. And them round there take it and not say nothing. I chew them take with the range and things tighten up. Make you see them a go on so.
Okay, Wayne. Tell the court, because I want to know and they're curious. You and Softy on this very night was outside the bedroom and you heard my client's screams and ignored it completely?
So me if you hear girl scream in a bedroom and go kick off door. When girl scream in a bedroom, I fuck them, I fuck ya idiot. And a man.
Okay. What's wrong with this lawyer boy, man? If you hear, he's saying, why didn't you go and rescue the damsel in distress when he heard the screams? Huh? Oh boy, you're gonna go in a room, you hear a woman screaming, You don't know, it's lovemaking taking place. Stupid lawyer boy. So you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, man. So you know what? That segment there, brought an interesting thought to mind. And something I think about all the time. Um, when women speak nowadays about incels and men kind of being jealous that they can't procure the things they can procure with their beauty and their ability to provide sex or or even make children, etc., that sort of thing. I believe there's something to that. I think what it is with men, we feel a sense of, it's not jealousy, but it's a sense of there's an injustice going on. Because if you're a male, right, everybody understands men have a carnal nature, right? And we know, particularly young men, when their testosterone is raging, um, pretty much they want to just knock down everything. They want to have sex with everything, right? So it's pretty much well understood the animal nature of males. But what I think isn't spoken on enough is the animal nature of women, because they are our counterparts, and I think that's where the enmity for women comes in from men, because society kind of has it that women are these deific type of ethereal angelic beings, and they're not. They'll be with a man and don't care about him so long as he's providing the sort of lifestyle they want to live. They'll co-sign all manner of depravity and all manner of wickedness. And I think that's what you're speaking to. She knew what she signed up for, essentially, and she basically made a trade-off that, hey, I'm going to take a few beatings, but I'm going to have all the red bottoms I want. I'm going to be able to take all the trips to Bali I want and be on the red carpet and all the rest of it. Now, with that said, for me personally, it doesn't matter, because that's just a woman's nature. Women want to have things, they want to have nice things, they want to have status in society, and I don't begrudge a woman for that. And should a man feel resentful towards a woman and start beating on her because you kind of get disgusted at the fact that, because that happens with the guy in the relationship too. He kind of gets disgusted with the woman that, look at you, you ain't shit. Like, I'm not shit. I know you're only here really for the money. And that builds a resentment in the guy, and that will make a guy beat on a woman. What say you, Stu?
I am not completely in disagreement with anything that you're saying right now. He did not have any respect for her. He treated her like property. Nobody's denying that. Nobody is denying that he is a piece of shit. We knew that. But what we need people to understand that she knew and she experienced the piece of shit that he was. And she had no problem sticking around. Why? Those red bottoms really look nice. That lifestyle is really wonderful. And people might want to deny that, but we can't. We can't, because this video took place years before she finally left. This didn't happen 2 days after she left, or 2 months after she left, or 1 day after she left. After that level of violation, she still stayed. Now, why did she stay? Did she stay for the children? There weren't any children. What did she stay for? Did she stay because she didn't have any family? No. Did she make a police report?
Yeah.
Was the police ever involved? Yes. Did she press charges? No history of she pressing charges. Is there any history of she pressing charges? No.
Another thing to consider also is she was with a gentleman named Ryan Leslie, who's a pretty popular R&B producer, and he was really hot around that time. and he took a meeting with Puff Daddy because I believe not only was he Cassie's boyfriend at the time, but like he was managing her, shopping her around and stuff like that. And
Right.
Puff Daddy essentially, quote unquote, took Cassie from Ryan Leslie. So that kind of goes into the point that you're getting at, that this woman is particularly, she's not a sympathetic figure. She's pretty vacuous. You know, pretty calculating, pretty vacuous. And she's just all about material things and material gain. You know, it's hard to
Right.
sympathize with a person like that, but I still maintain that it doesn't matter. For me, you know, in my personal opinion, I'd like to say that the vast majority of women are, that's just who they are naturally. They're predisposed to that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be money. It could be clout, fame. It could be the guy who's popular in high school. He's a high school jock. The really tall, 6 foot handsome guy or whatever. You know, whatever it is that's considered like the upper echelon in whatever category, women will endure a lot of nonsense just to have access to that, and thereby raising their stock socially. And
Sure.
in light of that, you know, a lot of times I think for a lot of men, because men, even though we're animalistic, we create things like brotherhood and laws and stuff like that. So we have an intrinsic sense of principle, duty, and honor. And I think oftentimes when men look at women, they don't, like, there's none of that. It's all self-serving and survivalistic. And if you're not careful, you could get really jaded, you know, and you
But the
could
question,
really start to, yeah.
but I agree with you on what you're saying about getting jaded and getting a bit disillusioned because you're seeing a person now for what they actually are, right?
Right.
Because without the fame, would Puff Daddy still be in our, would she still in our rearview mirror? Would she still be looking at Puff Daddy if Puff Daddy didn't have the fame?
Yeah, in all likelihood, no. And you know what she did to Ryan Leslie, that's pretty, you know, they talk about in the YouTube manosphere / red pill, they
Yeah.
always talk about this hypergamy thing. And man, she's like the textbook example, you know. And she's seen him do depraved things to other people also. It's not just her. You know, I think that's
No,
important to
all right.
consider also.
Let's look at his history. Young Miami the other day made a comment about another female. Said if she wanted to, she would have had Puff Daddy to tell the female that Young Miami made a comment about to get down on her knees, and that young female would be eating her out. Remember that comment that Young Miami made? Right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. So therefore, Young Miami even know his history,
Mm-hmm.
and she's sticking around. She even know what he did to Cassie, and she stuck around.
Mm-hmm.
What they want to be, physical DV or emotional DV or sexual DV, because Cassie undergoes sexual DV also with other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, but she sticked around. Why she sticked around? And should we express sympathy when, if it was the first time he did it and she sticked around? Yes. It was the second time, yes. But this dude was a habitual line stepper.
Mm-hmm.
And she sticked around. As Big Wayne said in the little pantomime we just had a while ago, the little skit, which is based on actual event. That skit that was played is based on actual event. As Big Wayne said, the only thing that matter is that Puff Daddy couldn't broke again. Mean that Puff Daddy money is so much that it can change life.
And I
It was
guarantee that her having access to that, that inordinate amount of power that a rich and famous person like Puffy has, I guarantee you she has used that power to run afoul of someone before. Someone
no.
who didn't necessarily do anything wrong to her, but she flexed on them. Hey, Puffy's my boyfriend, and I'll get this done to you, or I'll, get you fired. I guarantee you, she's flexed that power.
Just
And
like, just like Young Miami.
right, exactly. So I
Just,
guarantee, I'd be willing to bet dollars to donuts that Cassie herself has victimized someone before. And I think that's what makes men so angry when it comes to this thing, because it's almost like they're trying to show the world that, hey, they're just as wicked and power hungry and as us, but they get to do it in a passive aggressive way, where if you're not a particularly perceptive type of person, you'll never pick up on it. And if the woman
right.
is really clever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm not guessing anything that he may have done. I am sticking to the facts. What we know. What we know is that this dude is an asshole. And we know that she know that he's an asshole. Because what was the name of his girl who died?
Kim
The mother
Porter.
of his Kim Porter went through hell with this dude, and it wasn't a secret. And she knew that Kim Porter went through hell.
Right.
Are we lying? No, she knew. But she stuck around. Right? So why should I be sympathetic? Why should I not tell people that, please just shut up? Just shut up. Just shut up. Because she wasn't even looking out for other women. Let me explain what I mean by she wasn't even looking out for other women. Because domestic violence is so shitty that once she experienced that women are feeling domestic, women are experiencing this, she should have shared it to say, listen. Because it wasn't a private matter. In their circle, in the circle that she is in, they knew exactly what was going on with her. They all knew. Right? They all knew. Because the young man said, I can get you down on your knees. If all I have to say is get down on your knees, and Puff Daddy will have you down on your knees.
And that goes by everybody. That goes over everybody's head. I haven't heard anyone take Young Miami to task for that. Right? Because that is the language of a predator, an abuser. But she has an X and a Y chromosome. And I think that's the infuriating thing for men today, particularly young men. They're looking and saying, like, okay, when do these people get held accountable? Like how we're held accountable for anything. It's seemingly as if they can get away with anything.
Yeah. How is she not held accountable? Right? Because that what she's telling everybody, that P. Diddy is a rapist. Because
and she's party to it.
And she's party to it.
Gladly party to it.
Right?
Gleefully party to it.
Right. Because if I can force somebody to do something that is against their will, there's nothing healthy about that. There's nothing righteous about that. But she has no problem in saying it. I can get you to do what I want you to do because I can control you through this man.
Right.
And you stick around, nobody call the police. And at no time you actually even did call the police when you were leaving. It's afterwards you were probably coerced by your partner to say, listen, we need some money now. She wasn't looking for justice. At no time was that young lady looking for justice.
Yeah, not at all. Hey, you know what? I want to say something too. If I'm Puffy And if there's anyone in the industry out there listening to Peter Backjuice, man, your boy was really supposed to be a lawyer, right? But I got disillusioned. But check this out. This bad press that he's getting, this is the tack that I would take if I'm Puff Daddy. I would say, this is something that me and Cassie would often do. We often engage in sadomasochism. It was S&M play, right? And at no point did she ever say the safe word. So that's why you saw when I hit her and I drug her, it was just part of our sexual game. And the fact that she stayed 4 years after is confirmation or proof that that's what that was. Isn't that fucking brilliant, Stoopies? Hey, if y'all, anybody out there listening, man, holla at Peter Backjuice, man. PR, I could do PR, lawyer work, anything, man.
No, but this is something that they had. It was about control. It was about control. And it's awful, but listen, she had no problem at no time. She had no problem at no time saying, oh, help. No, it wasn't an issue. It was never an issue. I dare anybody to say this was an issue. It wasn't.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, that's exactly how we'll play it, man. We were playing the S&M game. We have a safe word. At no point she said the safe word. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I hit her with the Macho Man Randy Savage. What they call it when they throw you off the clothesline. That's when I hit her with the Macho Man Randy Savage clothesline. And then also, because Cassie's a freak, that thing where I grabbed her by the hair like an archaic human, that's her thing. Like, yeah, she loved it. She was leaking all over the place when I did that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that would be the perfect Puff. Sean Combs. Holla at your dog, man.
My thing with it is this, right? She had no problem. After the fact, she sticked around. No, listen, we all have sisters here. And if you grow up where I grew up, you have aunts and sisters who had abusive boyfriends, but they had children we have mothers too, who had abusive husbands. And they didn't leave because they're kids, because the facilities in third world countries is not the same as the facilities here. What I mean by facilities? The support system. There's no support system in certain countries. Right? There is no support system in certain countries.
Yeah, a woman who endures that sort of abuse, in order to literally survive, or even America before 1974, before women could own property and that sort of stuff, you literally had to stick around. You didn't have a choice. But you sticking around because you want to, wear Vera Wang dresses and go to movie premieres, that's really empty and really wicked, like I said, because I guarantee you, Puff has victimized or abused someone in front of Cassie, and she's been party to it. And I have no doubt in my mind, just like how when me and you have these offline conversations and we talk about like women in Jamaica who are girlfriends of gangsters, right? They go around picking fights with people. And then they're quick to tell people, hey, my boyfriend will do this and that to you. They love the power. And that's what I'm trying to. Human beings love power, men and women. And we're both just as prone to evil and abuse of power if we're not held accountable. We're no different.
Yeah, if there's no accountability, everybody will act a certain way. And then you say, really? But trust me, there was no saint there. It might sound awful to many, but it wasn't. No sainthood wasn't there. No sainthood wasn't there. Right? No saint wasn't
in the least. I want to see if LJ gonna pull up, because I know I know she has a very different take from any of us. Now, I wanted to say something. When you mentioned the sisterhood thing, this whole concept of the sisterhood and women looking out for each other, bullshit. Bullshit. Women are just like men. For the most part, human beings are self-serving. Period. There is no sisterhood. That sister will plunge that knife in your back in a heartbeat for a Mercedes G-Wagon.
Of course. There's also a video where what's the name of this? What's the name of this boxer? Tank. Tank took away his G-Wagon from his baby mother, and how she acted. How she acted was like, whoa, seriously? Huh? Because we're here having conversations and not realizing that there are people there who will sell their soul for material things. They will sell their soul for the Vera Wang dresses, for all the shit that you think that, all the shit that you have heard or seen. They will sell the soul. They will sell the soul for it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And another example is Cardi B bragging about drugging men and robbing them. No one really has anything to say, but women today are even worse and men would be the same way. If all the societal constraints that are placed on men were to suddenly be removed, men would literally destroy the society in about a week or so. So let me say that. Let me not give the impression that women are just inherently just worse than men or something. I don't want somebody listening to think that's what I'm getting at. But what I'm getting at is if women today are just not held accountable, they can basically get away with anything, particularly in American society. And what that does when you do that, you create absolute monsters. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse.
If you don't hold people accountable. If you don't hold people accountable. If you don't hold people accountable, it don't make any sense. We have to laugh when it's a serious thing like joke. Everybody will say to you, say, oh, no. I am not saying that nobody deserves to be treated like that, like the way he treated her. He was wrong for treating her that way.
Hey, but remember, it might have been a sadomasochistic game, though. Don't forget that. It might have been what's the other word they have for it? Besides sadomasochism, there's another name. Bondage play, or
no, that wasn't bondage. That wasn't bondage. No, by the look at the video, she was terrified. We can't admit that she was.
Yes, because that's part of the act. You have to sell it.
She was terrified, right? She was trying to get away. We don't know what she was asking him to do, but she was terrified.
It's just like when. All right, have you ever heard women say they have grape fantasies?
No, but I don't believe. I won't go that far. The thing that I would say is this: is that
thank you, Amy.
She should have left long ago. She should have left long ago, and her job. And then even after she got the settlement, when she got the settlement, I bet there was an NDA, there was a non-disclosure agreement. Right? So it was all about her and the money. Everybody crying for her. No, girl, if you went through this, but guess what? People want the cake and eat it too. Many women will say, she deserved the money. Yes, she deserved the money. And she may not have gotten the money if she went public with the abuse. So that leave a bitter taste in your mouth. It's not about protection. It's about
And
payment.
and not only that, when you really think about it on this level also, what about going forward? Other women, other young women coming up when they're involved in situations like this, right? You're not setting an example. You're basically saying the money outweighs everything.
Right. Once you get compensated, it was about the compensation. And she got the compensation. And since she have gotten the compensation, has anyone heard from her? Has she said anything
No,
publicly?
no. Well, she signed
The
NDAs
NDA,
and gag orders and all of that stuff. So, but so she
right?
really can't say anything. But yeah, she doesn't give a damn. She don't care about anybody. She was in that apartment, like Slim Thug said. She was in her 2-bedroom apartment with her trainer boyfriend. And after the honeymoon phase wore off, she's like, "What the hell is this?"
Mm,
All right, and she couldn't live that lifestyle.
yeah. She
So,
still wanted the super yachts.
mhm.
She still wanted the super yacht lifestyle. And I don't blame her for wanting to live on the super yacht. She still wanted a private jet. And she wanted
Mhm.
it. Right? Remember, what's his name? The boxer. Floyd Money Mayweather. He went to jail. Didn't he go to jail? Didn't that
Yes.
person press charges on
Uh
him
huh.
and he went to jail?
Yep. Phone
Right.
dying. Damn.
Right. So we know that he is a convicted woman beater, but she had no problem getting beaten. Many women say, "Oh, I was in fear of my life." Okay, you were in fear of your life. We believe you. We believe you, and that is true. But after you left him, were you still in fear? Oh, Puff Daddy is a powerful man with powerful friends. He can get at me. Okay, we believe you again. So when do you plan to stand up for women? When were you planning to stand up for other women? Where is the sisterhood? Where is the sisterhood, brother? Well, there's none. But everybody would tell you that. But we all agree that there was no sisterhood. I think Peter Bagju's phone is dead. I don't know if the show will still go on. But ladies and gentlemen, I think the show is over and we'll meet up again.
All right.